we have with us on the desk Monsignor Pedro Quitorio from the Philippines, and thank you so much for being with us, Monsignor.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you very much.
We wanted to talk a little bit about the devastation that occurred after Typhoon Haiyan, also called Yolando in the Philippines, but maybe if you could just set up for us how devastating this typhoon was.
Well, it was the biggest ever, according to scientists, that hit the world. But the damage was so much in our country because of the typhoon surge that went up to like 18 feet, 17 to 18 feet. The city of Tacloban was the most devastated with like about, according to government statistics, like 6,000 plus dead and a lot more missing. I'm sure it will be higher than that, than 10,000, even more. But the biggest difficulty will be after that happened November 8 until today. The rehab work is very slow. And thank God there are some foreign aid organizations, and to name one, the bigger one is the Catholic Relief Services, CRS, and of course the Knights of Columbus. The Knights of Columbus has been there from the beginning. They have been, the members, local members have been we can call them the second responders, and they have responded in the relief operations and in the immediate help in terms of food and cleaning the debris. Now they are into livelihood projects.
Of course, the Catholic faith is so strong in the Philippines. I mean, not that you're not without your challenges. We all have our challenges in this particular moment in human history. But thank God for the Knights, and what a great joy it must be for you to come here and experience once again the fraternity, because you've experienced the fraternal charity, the international assistance on the local level of the Knights of Columbus, and we're so grateful for the men.
The Archbishop of Cebu, Archbishop Palma, said that a few weeks after the typhoon, and he said, "Our faith is stronger than Haiyan." He said that. And true enough, even the resiliency of the people is there not because of anything else, it's because of faith. They have been so resilient because of that. The reason why the Knights of Columbus there have been devoting like 55,000 volunteer hours in relief and rehabilitation work, again, it's because of faith. I don't think it can be explained by culture or some humanitarian something. They have devoted themselves because of that.
How important was it to have the Knights of Columbus on the ground when things were happening and being there right away to provide immediate relief?
Let me name a few, because they were victims also. They
Yeah.
were victims. For example, one very heroic thing, a person from a town named Basay, Samar, he accommodated 40 families in his house for 5 days, feeding them every morning, noon, and evening. The other one, another group from another place near Tacloban, they helped carry the dead scattered over the streets and brought them to the church where they dug as the mass grave. Another one in another village, because the parish priest was not there for the first 5 days. He was in Manila, and there was no way to go there because there were no flights, nothing. He was the one who blessed. He was a lay minister, as deputy Grand Knight. He kind of blessed the dead. These were the response that they were giving. More than the physical, they were there to help the victims.
I'm sure we're going to hear more later on. The Supreme Knights annual address, I'm sure, is going to very much tell us some of the story about what the Knights have been able to accomplish working together as brothers in the Philippines.
Yeah, it will be part of this report actually, because the Knights of Columbus had been going there actually as early as November. 3 weeks after, the Supreme Office sent an official from here at Connecticut to assess the situation.
Okay.
That's why they had the first hand of the situation.
Now, is your family from the one of the hard hit areas?
Yes.
Okay.
My family, my brothers and sisters are there. Thank God they were alive. For the first 5 days, I could not sleep very well because when the typhoon happened, the Knights of Columbus, and I was part of them, we were in Quebec then.
Oh my gosh.
In Quebec. So when I went home right away, 2 days after, and I could not contact any of them. So because of the news that we were hearing, many dead, I was imagining, bad things. Thank God, all of them are safe.
Yes.
There was a surge, but only up till here. In other towns, it was 17 or 18 feet. So they are well. They're okay. I thank God for them.
Okay,
Our very strong, weekly, consistent connection with the great people of the Philippines is our weekly airing of Cardinal Tagley's show, The Word Exposed. He does such a great job of kind of prepping people for the scripture readings they're going to hear the next Sunday. He's a great guy.
Yeah. It's really good. It's helping a lot of people, not only in the Philippines but around the world.
Yeah.
What's your hopes for the future as you look ahead and you see the resiliency of the Filipinos and the people that have been hit the hardest from this, and what do you see in the future?
The first future they want to identify is the coming of the Holy Father by January 2015. When this happened, I asked the Bishop, what could be the message of God? And he told me this: God is very intelligent. He must have something to tell us why he allowed this to happen. Now it's unfolding. It's unfolding. It's not about politics or economy. In the end, it will be about faith.
We thank you so much for being here, Monsignor Pedro, and for sharing your experience too, and we wish you all the best, and we hope all the Filipino people are able to get back on their feet, and that's very exciting to have the Pope coming too. You can imagine that.